Jai Hind dosto, this is Ananya, your master teacher at Vedantu for Social Science. I'm sure you guys are taking very good care of yourself. So guys, what are we going to do in this particular video? In this video, I'm going to start with the French Revolution, the story of French Revolution. I'm going to start in this video. If you guys remember, in my last video, I just gave you a brief idea about what are we going to do in this entire story. But today, I'm going to start with the story of French Revolution. So let's get started without wasting much time. And one more thing, at the end of the session, I'm going to give you some homework questions. Make sure that you guys are giving me the answer in the comment section, because I'm going to pick the names of 3 students who will give the fastest and the right answer in the comment section. So let's see who will give the fastest answer in the comment section. So, Bacho, what are we going to do in this particular video? In this video, I'm going to explain you the estate system of French society, the subsistence crisis, the role of philosophers. All these things we are going to cover in this particular video related to French Revolution. Okay. Let's see guys, what is revolution? Class, in my last video, I explained you the meaning of revolution. So what is revolution? It is basically a violent struggle or a violent fight against the government to change the entire government machinery. So in this revolution, what happens? The entire government machinery changes, the political system changes, sometimes the social system also changes. So that is what is revolution. One such revolution took place in France, which is famous with French Revolution. So guys, it was not a one-day event. It was like this revolution was between 1789 and 1799. So it was a period of 10 years. What was the outcome of this revolution? Let me tell you guys, the outcome was positive. The political system got changed, the social system got changed, and the very big change which took place between these 10 years or within these 10 years was the end of monarchy. Monarchy rule was ended. Let me tell you guys what is monarchy first of all. Yeah, monarchy is basically the rule of the king. So the rule of the king was ended forever. Yes. So I'm sure you guys are excited to know how and when this event actually started. So class, if you look at this image which is given to you, this is a fort of Bastille which is in Paris. You can see some thousands of men are standing over here, and they are like have revolted against this fort of Bastille. This was in Paris, and they are like vandalizing the property of Bastille. Why? Why people were so enraged that they took such big step to destroy the property of king? Why? Class, by the way, this event took place on the morning of 14th of July 1789, and from here the revolution actually started. So how this started, we need to understand some background of this. Plus, at that time, the King of France was Louis XVI. When this revolution started, the King of France was Louis XVI. He was from Bourbon dynasty. Now, what is the meaning of dynasty? Dynasty means when a family rules generation over generation, that is dynastic rule. For example, these rulers are not directly elected by the people. Okay, so they are from a particular dynasty, they are from a particular family, and their family continues to rule in that place. So he was from Bourbon dynasty, and the name of the king was Louis XVI. In 1774, he became the king of France, and he was a monarch. Okay, now at the age of 20, he became the king of France, and at the same time, he also got married to a very beautiful girl, Maria Antoinette. She was a princess of Austria. Now, beta, do not get confused between Austria and Australia. Australia is a country in southern hemisphere. It is also a continent, and Austria is a country in Europe. So she was a princess of Austria. Let me tell you something more about the background of the French society. Guys, at that time, the society was divided into 3 estates: Estate 1, Estate 2, and Estate 3. Okay, Estate 1 included clergies. Who are referred as clergies? The people coming from the family of the people coming from the people who are related to the church. Okay, so the people who are related to the church, directly to the church, they do religious rites, religious ceremonies related to church. So those people are included in estate 1, that is clergies. Estate 2 included nobilities like king, queen, and the family of king. all those people were included in second estate, that is nobilities. Now, who were included in third estate? Guys, third estate were categorized, like you can also categorize third estate into three parts, like big businessmen, merchants, or court officials, lawyers, peasants, small peasants, landless laborers. All these people were included in third estate. Means you can say that the middle class people as well as the poor section of the society, all these people were included in third estate. Now, there was a huge inequality within these estates. What kind of inequality? What sort of inequality? Only the third estate people were supposed to pay taxes, and the first two estate were exempted of paying the taxes. So the first two estate were exempted of paying the taxes, and only the third estate people were supposed to pay the taxes. This was a sort of inequality which you can see in the French society back then. Now, when Louis XVI became the king of France, what he saw? The entire treasure was empty. Means like there was no money. Almost the money was over. There was no money. The entire treasure was empty. Now, what was the reason behind the treasure being empty? My dear students, there were many reasons. I will tell you three main reasons why the France or the French government was facing financial crisis. The very first reason I would like to tell you is about the long wars. France, for a very long time, was involved into a war with Britain. So due to the war between France and Britain, lot of money was spent. Second, extravagant court. Guys, there was a very big house of the King Louis XVI. The Palace of Versailles. Guys, the Palace of Versailles was a very, very big house. It was a castle. And we know the bigger the property, the more is the maintenance cost. So Palace of Versailles was a very big house of King Louis XVI, and the maintenance cost was also more. It was also high. Third, guys, Britishers had established 13 colonies in America, and those 13 colonies were ruling America. So as USA was a friend of France, so it was a responsibility of a friend like France to help his friend USA during such crisis situation. But during this help, lot of money was spent. And guys, France was at a debt of 2 billion livre. Livre was a currency before 1789. Remember I said you guys last time, livre was a currency in France before 1794. 1794. So France was at a debt of 2 billion livre. So it was a very, very big thing. Due to these reasons, the entire treasure was empty when Louis XVI became the king of France. Now, guys, other than like if you guys remember, I said you only the third estate people were supposed to pay taxes. Other than this, there was one more inequality, was in the form of property. 60% of the land was owned by the nobles and church and some richer members of the third estate. Means 60% of the land was owned by the first two estate and few people from the third estate. Means majority of the property owners were the first two estate people and very less property was with the third estate people. This was a sort of huge inequality between the people living in these three estates. Now, due to which what happened, guys? Let's listen to the further story. Guys, before we move ahead with the story, make sure that you guys are hitting the like button and do subscribe to our channel if you have not done subscribe to our channel. Now, class, before we move ahead with our further story, let me tell you guys about our pro subscription and why you should enroll to our subscription. Let me tell you the reasons, very, very simple reasons why you should enroll to our subscriptions. First of all, guys, Vedantu is giving you a promise, that is improvement promise. Now, what is this improvement promise? I will tell you after these features. First of all, class, here you will get unlimited access to live classes. Excuse me for the background noise. So guys, here you will get unlimited access to live classes. I'm not talking about recorded classes. I'm talking about unlimited live classes with all the fun and high level quizzes. So basically, when you attend these classes, you are basically competing with the students throughout the world, because students from Vedantu are not only from India, they are from the other countries as well. Yes. Now, if you say, sir, if you miss out the session, then what? In that case, you can watch our replays and those are interactive replays. Now, what do we understand from interactive replays? You can actually participate in the quizzes. You can see your name on leaderboard. So it is like almost like a live session if you miss out the session. Then you can also download the handwritten notes of our master teachers. Yes, this is also possible. Not only this, you can also solve all your doubts during the sessions. So like here, if you have any queries, I know you guys are able to understand everything, but what about the questions? If you have any queries, if you come across any questions, are you guys able to ask me questions over here? No. Over there, doubt solving is done. Regular tests are taken. Assignments are given to you. Not only this, you have an access to all the micro courses and crash courses which are going to be absolutely free for you. So the students who actually pay for these micro courses and crash courses, it is going to be absolutely free for you. Yes. So basically you are like attending more and more number of classes with lesser the price. So how you can enroll to our sessions? It is very simple. The link is there in the description box and it is also pinned in the comment section. Look at the first comment. You will find the link. Go over there, check our plans, and do not forget to use the coupon code as ADPRO, wherein you will get extra discounts. How much? Let me tell you. Guys, we have got three plans. Whatever benefits I said you about interactive online classes, test series, assignments, notes, doubt solving, all these things are available in our Pro Lite subscription, which is at just 27,499 for the entire year. Yes. And if you want to try it for a month, it is just 3,100. Again, now if you apply my coupon code as ADPRO, the price will further come down. Now, guys, if you want that, like your doubts should be solved after the session also. So in that case, you will get an access of doubts app, wherein you can ask the doubts after the session also. For that, you can take our Pro Classic subscription, which is at 36,999 for 1 year. And you can try this plan for 1 month also. Again, if you guys are applying my coupon code as AD Pro, the price will come down. Now, if you want a personal mentor who will be there with you throughout the year to help you with all your assignments, with your academic related things, then in that case, you can take our Pro Plus subscription, which is at just 53,999. And this is also available in 1 month part. You can try it for 1 month. Again, here also you can apply my code as AD Pro so that the price will further come down. Now, basically, guys, what I say, the price actually becomes zero. Like whichever plan you take, be it Lite, Pro Classic or Pro Plus, the price actually zero. Do you know why? Because you're getting an access to unlimited micro courses. And when it is unlimited, the price is actually zero. Now, plus, what is our promise? What is our improvement promise? As I told you, no online or no offline institute will guarantee you this, but we are promising you. What is that promise? If you feel that there has been no progress, we will return your fees back. Yes, you have heard it right. If you find that there has been no progress as per your expectations, your fees will be returned back. And that is a promise we are giving you. It's very simple, guys. So no progress, get your fees back. But we need some commitment from your end. It is a very simple commitment. A mandatory of 75% attendance for the student should be there and a minimum of 75% completion on the assigned test. If you guys are able to give us such commitment, we are promising you. Still, if you feel that there has been no progress, we will return your course fees back. No questions asked. Simple as that. So guys, no one will give you such promise. And these are our batches. Make sure that you guys are enrolling to our batches ASAP. The link is there in the description box and you can use my coupon code as ADPRO. Now, let's move ahead with our story, guys. So before we move ahead, let me give you a short recap once again. We are dealing with the French Revolution, the revolution which happened between 1789 and 1799 for 10 years. At that time, the king of France was Louis XVI. He became the king of France at the age of 20, not 2, at the age of 20. He also got married to a Austrian princess, Marie Antoinette. When he became the king of France, the entire treasure was empty. I told you the reasons behind why the treasure was empty. Due to the warlike situation wherein France was involved with the Britain, then their extravagant court, their house, the house of Louis XVI, that is a palace of Versailles. And thirdly, France was helping their friend USA to get independence from Britishers. Due to all these reasons, the treasure was empty. Then I explained to you about the estate system, estate 1, estate 2, estate 3, lot of inequality between these estates. Now, the third estate people. Now, it became very, very difficult for the people, especially the poor people from the third estate, to survive. Why? What happened? As the population of France was increasing. Back in 1715, the population was just 23 millions. But in 1789, it went up to 28 millions. So 5 million population was increased between 1715 and 1789. Now, always remember, students, as the population increases, the demand of the food grain also increases, right? It is very simple. Population is increasing, demand of the food grain is increasing. But understand this situation, when the demand is more and the supply is less, what happens? The things becomes expensive. There was a rise in the price of the bread. Bread was a staple diet of especially the poor people, poor section of the society coming from the third estate. Now it became very difficult for the poor section of the society, especially from the third estate, to even survive. Wages were very low and the prices were increasing. What do we understand from wages? A person who is getting daily payment or weekly payment. Okay, so that is wages. Wages were low, bread was becoming expensive. It became very, very difficult for the people to survive, which gave ultimately to subsistence crisis. Ultimately, it gave rise to subsistence crisis in France. Now, what is subsistence crisis and what was the outcome? First of all, the production got decreased. Why? Due to bad harvest. Bad harvest due to bad climatic condition. Due to bad harvest, the production was less. As the production of the food grain was less, there was a scarcity of food grains. As there was a scarcity, prices started increasing. There was a rise there. There was seen in a rise of food prices, and as the food prices started increasing, the poorest can no longer buy bread. Now, for the food, there started a riot. So, food riots started in France, and during these riots, lot many people were killed. So, increased number of deaths. And people were killed not only during the riots, people also died due to spread of the disease. How the disease started spreading? When people will not eat food, you will find low immunity in a person, and when the immunity is low, when the power is less, you will find a weaker body. Ultimately, it will give rise to increase in the number of deaths, and this entire situation was known as subsistence crisis. Students, I want you to pause the video and make a flow chart like this. Okay, take out your notebooks, make a flow chart of this subsistence crisis so that you can remember it. Cool? All right. Now, to get out of this situation, to overcome this problem, there were some people from the third estate who wanted a change in the society. They wanted a change in the political system, and this group of people was known as middle class. So guys, who were middle class? They were the prosperous groups of the third estate. Means they were educated, they were financially far more better than the poor section of the society. Mostly they were the traders, and they used to do overseas trade. Means they used to do import and export, and mostly they used to trade on woolen and silk textile. Now, they were of a view that the privileges which are given to the what are privileges, the benefits which are given by the birth, especially to the people coming from the first and the second estate should not be given. Benefits or the privileges should be given on the basis of how the person, like it depends upon the merits means if a person deserves that, then only the person should be given these benefits. So educated middle class people thought that the privileges or the benefits which the first two estate people used to get, it should not be given. it should be based on the merit. Merit means it should be based on the if the person deserves that thing or not. If the person is deserving that privilege, if that benefit, then only that person should be given, be it from any estate. And these were the views of the middle class people. What do you think? Can you say they were right? Yes, I think so, they were right. And many people supported their idea. And do you know, guys, many philosophers came into forefront to support their idea. And when philosophers came into forefront to support the ideas of middle class people, let me tell you guys, the revolution, the middle class became powerful. Okay, and when the middle class became powerful, we were very close to the revolution of 1789. So before we understand about the revolution, how it started in 1789, 14th of July 1789, before that, let me tell you guys about the philosophers who supported the idea of these middle class people. Guys, first of all, I would like to tell you about the John Locke. John Locke was a philosopher. He wrote a book, The Two Treatises of the Government, which was written in 1689. Guys, through this book, what he was trying to say, let's see. Refute the doctrine of divine and absolute right of the monarchy. Now, what do we understand from this? Refute means to go against something. Simple as that. To go against something, to deny something, to oppose something, or to go against something, that is known as refute. Refute the doctrine of divine. Now, what is doctrine of divine? Guys, at that time in 18th century, there was a belief that the monarchy system is formed by the God. It is a God-made system, and we are no one to question such system. So he was against this idea. Simple as that. He was against the rule of a king. So through this book, which was published back in year 1689, he was trying to support the idea of middle class. Second, Rousseau. Guys, Rousseau wrote a book, The Social Contract, where this book was written back in year 1762. This was published in year 1762. And through this book, he was trying to say the people that there should be a social contract between the people and their representatives. Now, what is social contract? Social contract means agreement. There should be an agreement between the people and the government. Like, let me give you a simple example. The students who attend my long-term batches, mostly, do you guys are aware that whenever I the name on the top of the leaderboard, the one who is on the top of the leaderboard after the session, I play the favorite song of that child. So what is this? This is a social contract between you and me. This is an agreement between you and me. Like if you come on the top, I will play your favorite song. So you come on the top, I will play your favorite song. This is the agreement. So in a similar way, Rousseau had an idea, okay, that there should be a social contract between the government and the people. What kind of agreement? Like if government gives some rights or freedom to the people, at the same time, people should also follow the rules and regulations of the government. So that is a social contract. So he was supporting the idea of social contract between the people and their representatives. Next, we have got Montesquieu. Guys, Montesquieu wrote a book. He published a book, The Spirit of the Laws, and that was back in year 1748. Okay, what was this book? Let's understand. Plus, he was trying to tell the people that there should be a division of power within the government. Means the power should not be concentrated in one hands. It should be divided with the different organs of the government. Like when the power is there with one hand or with the person, with one person or with one political party, they can take undue advantage of the situation, which Louis XVI was taking. So he was of the view that there should be a division of power between legislative, executive, and judiciary. Legislative will make the laws, executive will implement those laws, and judiciary will dispense justice. So the power is not concentrated in one hands. Power should be distributed among different organs of a government, which is known as power sharing. So guys, these were some of the philosophers who actually supported the idea of middle class. And do you know what happened next? When these philosophers came into the picture, they started supporting the idea of the middle class. Now the people were very close to this particular revolution. What happened next? That is going to be the suspense. So I'm going to keep this suspense for the next session. What happened next? We'll be continuing our topic in the next session. I hope you guys enjoyed. If yes, do not forget to hit the like button, and let me give you a quick summary of the topic I did till now. I told you about Louis XVI. He was from Bourbon dynasty. At the age of 20, he got married, and at the age of 20, he also became the king of France. He got married to Austrian princess Maria Antoinette. I said you guys about the estate system: estate 1, estate 2, estate 3. Estate 1 included clergies, estate 2 nobilities, and estate 3 middle class people and the poor people. Taxation system: the third estate people were supposed to pay all the taxes. Then I said you guys about the subsistence crisis, due to which especially the people coming from the poor section of the society from third estate were negatively impacted. And then I told you guys how middle class were supported by the philosophers. So this is what we have completed in today's story, in today's session. I hope guys you guys are able to understand the story. Next time we are going to continue from here, that once these philosophers came into the picture, what happened next? Okay. Now guys, this is a time for homework question. So I'm going to give you 3 questions. I want you to tell me the answer in the comment section. The fastest answers and the right answer I will be displaying their names in my next video. So the first question on your screen: Marie Antoinette belonged to which country? Australia, Austria, America, or is it Africa? So Marie Antoinette, she was from which country? Second, The Spirit of Laws was a book which was published by option A, John Locke, option B, Rousseau, option C, Montesquieu, or is it option D, Louis XVI? The last question for you: what was the increase in the population from 1715 to 1789? Option A, 20 million, option B, 15 million, option C, 10 million, or is it option D, 5 million? So these 3 simple questions के answer I want you guys to give me in the comment section. The fastest answer will be considered, but it should be right also. So thank you so much students for attending my session. I hope you had a great time. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take very good care of yourself. Bye bye. Take care guys.